Sarah! Sarah! What you up to?
It just makes me happy when there's a bunch of trees. It's like being in a forest.
Huh?
It just makes me happy when there's a bunch of trees and plants because it's kind of like being in a forest.
Ooh, I like that lichen some moss. So cool. Run, Sarah! I see a Sarah in her natural habitat. There she is. Oh no, a Sarah beast. She's getting away. She's getting away. We have to trick her. Let's, uh-oh, careful. It's a Sarah beast. Oh no, she's coming right at me. She's wild. Help, help. I don't have any bear spray. Ah! What are you doing, Strawberry?
Tried to praise him.
Oh, you're singing praises?
I sing praise.
Oh.
I sing praise to him.
Hallelujah.
All the glory he gives, all the glory. I sing praise to him.
Get it, girl? You got a nice voice. Well, hello, Miss Germany. How are you? I'm so happy to meet you today.
Rather good. I can't talk.
Do you feel rather? I just like to hear you. No, it's all right, but you've got a nice little accent. I like to hear you talk like that.
I can't.
Come on, let me hear you talk.
I
I like to hear you talk. Come on.
I can't talk like that very well.
I think you're doing rather nice. Come on, you'll be right as rain in no time at all. Oh my goodness, did you see that lightning?
That flash of lightning.
Did you see that flash of lightning?
Yes, I
It
did.
was like incredibly bright.
I know.
I do declare. Well, how about can you talk like Nana Sugar?
Yeah, okay.
Do you know how we talk down south?
I
Well,
do declare.
well, that's the brightest little flash of lightning I've ever seen in all my born days.
It's like a painting on a big canvas.
Yeah.
And look at the sailboat, or the boat out there.
I see America's lights.
This is just lovely. The rain dropping, the boat out there in the ocean.
There he is.
You see him?
Yeah, I see him. There's a boat. Hi, Mr. Boat. What are you doing? What do you think?
Shrimping. I'm shrimping.
What do you think his name is, or her name?
Let's call it
Mrs. Shrimp.
Mrs. Shrimp.
Mrs. Shrimper. I don't know what that is.
I was gonna call it Mrs. Carly.
Oh, okay. The USSS Carly.
Yes.
Yeah, hi USSS Carly. Cool.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
I never see. I love coming out here. Isn't this wonderful? The nature, the beauty of it.
Yeah, I totally want to jump out of an airplane and just dive into that. Oh yeah.
I don't want to jump out of the airplane. I'm afraid of heights.
Well, what if you had wings and you could fly? Then would you still be afraid of heights?
No,
Because then flying would be like walking.
but I don't have wings and I can't fly.
I bet when we get to heaven, we'll be able to fly.
Do you believe in heaven, or do you believe in hell, or do you believe in both?
I believe in a heaven and a hell. And I believe we go there by the choices we make. Whether or not we receive or reject God's Son. Nobody's good enough to make it to heaven by themselves. You know? It's like that guy Rich Mullins said a long time ago. He wrote some song and he said, "Ain't nobody so good, they don't need God's grace. Ain't nobody so bad that the Lord can't save them. Ain't nobody so good, they don't need God's grace." That's what he said. He was a cool musician. It came from the sea. It came from the ocean. Is it a mermaid? I think it's a mermaid. No, it's not. It's like a mer dog. It barks like a dog. Does it bark like a dog? Hello, dog. Woof, woof. Well, I'm a mer dog too. Can we be mer doggies together? Okay. Careful, watch out for prickly things. That thing stops my girl. Hello, Miss Sarah. Miss Sarah. Show us your lovely locks. Yeah. Shake that hair like there's no tomorrow. Supermodel. Supermodel. What about you? You believe in heaven and hell?
Sometimes I'm not sure what I believe in, Carly. Sometimes I believe in heaven, I believe in God. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I believe that there's only the devil. Sometimes I just believe there's nothing. I guess it's all depending on the mode or the mood that I'm in. Maybe it's just because what I'm walking through. I don't know what's out there. I don't know what's real still. I just know that there's a lot of stuff out there that I wish that could be different.
Well, look at the beautiful colors of that sunset.
It's beautiful.
Who do you think made that sunset, the devil or God?
Oh, well, you know, the devil was one of God's angels, they said. Was it Lucifer?
Yeah, but he's kind of twisted.
He's twisted.
He was a beautiful angel before he fell. But he said he wanted to be like the Most High God. You know, God made us to be like the moon and reflect his light to him, like the moon reflects the sunlight of the sun. But Satan didn't want to be the moon. Satan wanted to be the sun himself. He wanted to be God. And besides, God chooses pretty colors, but Satan chooses icky colors. If Satan painted that sunset, come on, it'd be all black and nasty, and hot lava would be blobbing all over the place, and
I don't think that would look pretty.
And souls would be screaming, and the water would be all bloody and polluted, and there would be like demons walking around eating everything. And
it's kind of like in the Harry Potter movies.
Probably.
You know, what were they called?
I don't know. I'm not cool enough.
I can't remember.
We need kids for that. I have to ask my kids. You can ask your daughter, and I could ask my daughter and my son.
But it is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's breathtaking.
Totally. That's a painting from God. I mean, doesn't that say, hey, God made this? It's like he signed his name on it. And beautiful pink clouds. Well, she's a tiny chihuahua too. I don't know how she does it.
Like, she runs real fast up him too. Like, she's not afraid of him.
Yeah, she's not afraid of anything.
Nope. She did to take down the neighbor's pit bull because she didn't like it being near me.
She's the HBIC.
Like, she didn't like me petting the neighbor's pit bull, so she went after it. She's lucky it didn't go after her. It just like stared at her.
Yeah.
It was a family dog. And we found a mother pit bull just wandering around, so we took it back to its house.
Oh.
It like huge. It had huge. I think it was a mother because like it had milk.
Oh.
And doesn't that usually mean they have puppies?
Yeah, usually they're nursing. You see that? God paints the beautiful colors of the rainbow.
And do you hear the waves?
Yeah. Peaceful. And there's another ship out there too. Is that a shrimper too, you think?
I think that's a stripper.
Shrimper?
I think that's... What's that name?
We will call that the SSS Strawberry.
Strawberry.
That is the USSSS Strawberry.
Yes. I have 2 lights. Do you see that? I have 2 lights.
Yeah. Because you're bright, Strawberry.
I don't know about brightness, but I am bright today.
Can't focus on it. It's too far. But you got a pretty cool ship there. Yeah. So we have the SS Carly and the SS Strawberry.
Yes.
And they're out shrimping together.
Yes. I'm a little bit behind you, Carly.
You're light years ahead of me, girlfriend.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
I came to this party way late. That is totally a unicorn sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty.
You know, did you ever realize that every time we come out here, the sky is always different? The beauty that lies before us is always different. It's never the same. Which is good, because being the same is kind of boring.
Yeah. Every single evening is a different masterpiece. God paints for each of his children. This is the sky he painted for us tonight.
It's just beautiful. I wish I could look at this every single day.
Yeah.
I love coming out here.
Yeah.
Look at there's a bird flying in the air.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
I see it. Oh.
He's taking flight. He's spreading his wings. He is flying.
That is gonna be us someday, Strawberry. We're gonna fly just like that bird. Yeah, we are. We wait till we get home to heaven. I'm asking Jesus for a pair of wings. I don't want a mansion. I don't want gold. I don't want anything fancy. All I want is a pair of wings and just the ability to follow Jesus wherever he goes. And to fly.
I want to be able to come back on Earth, and I want to be able to guide people in different directions instead of the wrong directions, the right directions. Instead of sadness, happiness. Instead of despair, hope.
I believe you'll be able to do that. Some people call those comeback brides. If you're a bride of Christ, a child of God, and you go to heaven and you get raptured up there, and then you come back and you help people, and it's almost like maybe you're kind of like a guardian angel. I mean, you're not really an angel, but maybe you're kind of like that. And Jesus talks about how we'll reign for 1,000 years in Revelation. So that means you could help Jesus in the 1,000 years, the millennial reign. You could be somebody who helps people.
I think we should be able to help people. Look at that. I think we should be able to help people now. I think we should be able to be an influence on their lives when we have the opportunity.
Sarah Hosanna, Germany, what are you doing walking around in the rain?
It's fun.
Don't you know?
I just really like rain.
But don't you realise if you walk around in the rain all the time, people are going to think you're mad?
I do that all the time, and my mom yells at me to come back in the house.
Have you been driven mad?
Yeah.
Completely mad? Are you totally mad?
I don't know where I got it from.
Oh, I don't know where you got it from either.
I have no idea.
What are you talking about? Are you saying you got it from me?
I'd never dream of saying that.
Just because I used to go outside and sit down in the middle of a thunderstorm and the lightning when I was a child until my parents would come out and say, "Are you daft? Come in. You're going to get drowned or struck by lightning or something." But I was always fascinated with thunderstorms and lightning. And the pitter-patter sound of the rain is so nice. It's peaceful and relaxing. And the lightning just seems, I don't know, beautiful. And the sound of the thunder. I don't know why people are so afraid of thunderstorms. If it weren't for thunderstorms, there'd be nothing green. Nothing would grow. No food. We'd all be starving to death. Everything would probably be on fire. But I suppose if it rains too much, I get that.
Yeah, then everything floods and you drown. And so does all your plants.
Too much of a good thing, eh? But you know, there are plenty of people all over the world who pray for rain. Yeah. And we're lucky.
I think it's issue in Africa. Everyone can only have a few gallons of water in some parts.
We're very fortunate here in Florida. We get rain every single day almost.
Yeah. And I have to hold Angel through the whole thing because she's terrified of thunder.
Yeah, your dog gets a little scared.
She shakes madly.
And then it passes, it gets lighter and lighter. And then after about an hour, you're right as rain again.
Right as rain.
Right as rain, yeah.
Pun intended.
Right, exactly. And you get beautiful flowers like those going over there. You see those yellow flowers? Yeah.
We were talking about this on the way here. You and I, we don't have hardly any money. We live paycheck to paycheck like most individuals. But there's people out there that have lots, and they have more than we do. And I think they should be able to do more and just stop passing people on the streets by.
Yeah.
If they're hungry, go buy them a sandwich if you have the money.
Well,
if they're thirsty, go buy them something to drink.
how much you have is no indication of generosity, though, Strawberry.
That's true. It's about being able to reach out to them and saying, this isn't much, but I care enough to want to say that there is hope.
Sometimes the people with the least are actually the most generous.
That is true.
When I did wedding photography, sometimes I would be working for a couple that I knew was so poor they could barely afford to scrape together a couple of $100 for, like, you know, to go out to eat and for the wedding, and they would give me like $100 tip, and I felt so guilty because I knew they couldn't afford it, and I would try to give it back to them, and they would be insulted. They'd be like, no, you take it. $100 tip from people that I knew were too poor. I mean, they could hardly afford to get married. But then I would do a wedding for a rich couple that I knew had lots of money. They never tipped. They never. They were.
I don't get it. I don't get people like that. You know, you have so much wealth, you have so much money, and yet you refuse not to do good with it. You refuse not to help somebody that is in need.
I have a family member, and her and her husband are worth millions. I mean millions. They have 3 beautiful multi-million-dollar homes, and they, as far as I know, they're very not giving with that, you know. I mean, they don't spend their substance helping the poor or the less advantaged.
But Jesus helped the poor, the less advantaged.
But Jesus said of himself, he said he was homeless. He said birds have nests and foxes have holes, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. And he told a person who wanted to follow me, he said, you have to sell all you have, give to the poor, and then come and follow me. And he said, you can't serve God and money. You'll love one master and you'll despise the other. So he said, you have to make your choice. Will you serve God or will you serve money?
And unfortunately, a lot of people serve money because it's all about me. It's all about what I can get. But you know what? You can't take that stuff with you when you die. You can't.
That's true.
I'm trying to downsize, live a minimalist lifestyle as much as possible. And although I go to stores and I see things that I like and that I might be able to afford, I go, really, do I want that? Really, do I need that? What can I do else with that money? I can try to save it. I can try to travel. I can try to reach out to the that are less fortunate than myself. I have to give a plug in here for Invisible People, that YouTube video. You know, the YouTube video show.
I love watching that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Invisible People. I love that channel.
Yeah. I have to give kudos to Mark. I can't say his last name, but I love that show because he's out there showing what the real world is about for some of these people.
Yeah.
It's a humbling experience. He has nothing. He was homeless himself, and you know, now he's trying to help his mom. He's trying to make awareness to the situation and homelessness that exists, and people refuse to, you know, see it. And he does a wonderful job. And kudos to Haynes as well, because they donate a lot of their socks to give out to the homeless, because they're giving back to the community. And people who do that we need to support stuff like that. We need to support businesses like Haynes and Invisible People in that YouTube channel.
Amen.
We need to be able to, you know, go out there if we have the resources and support businesses that are supporting those who are less fortunate than we are.
And it doesn't matter how much you have.
It's about where your heart is as well.
Do you remember the parable of the widow's mite that Jesus told? All these rich, fat cats, these wealthy people, the Pharisees, They put all this money in the offering. And basically the motivation of their heart is they just wanted everyone to see that they're good people. Because they were seeking the praise of men and not the praise of God. Because Jesus said, when you give alms to the poor, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Do it in secret. But they put all this money in, and everybody's like, oh, wow, they gave so much. And then this poor little widow came in, and she only had 1 mite. And I have no idea how much that is in today's money, but it's a very little. It's maybe like $1 or something, or who knows, maybe like a quarter. I don't know. It's a small amount, okay? And they made fun of her, and they ridiculed her and teased her because she gave so little in comparison to all those rich, fat cats. But what did Jesus say? Do you remember? He said she gave more. He said even though all those rich people gave all that money, that little mite that the widow had, he said that she gave more than all of them combined because that was all that she had. And she gave out of her heart.
Right, instead of what she had, she gave from her heart all that she had.
And so sometimes the most generous people are actually very poor people. People who have very little. Generosity is not based upon how much you have. Generosity is the attitude of your heart. You can be generous as a homeless person, and you can be stingy as a billionaire.
Yeah, that's true.
See, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Giving and generosity, it's a state of the heart.
Right.
And that's what Jesus said in that parable about the widow's mite, you know. I've seen it. I've seen, like, I used to work in restaurants, and, you know, all these wealthy families would come in, and you knew they had a lot of money by the clothes they wore and all the food they ordered. And they would just run up like over $100 on the bill. And they would leave like hardly anything for a tip, or sometimes they'd skip out and not pay a tip at all. And then people come in that are, you know that they have much less money, but they know that what it's like to work for your money, and they know that in the restaurant business, you don't even get paid minimum wage. If you're a server, you depend on your tips, and they always leave you a nice tip. So generosity doesn't depend on how much you have. It's just a condition of your heart. What did Jesus say? It's easier for a rich person. No, he says it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter into the kingdom of God. He didn't say it was impossible. There are generous rich people, but unfortunately most rich people,
they're not generous.
Yeah, they're not very giving. Because like you said, the world would be a lot more, they could do so much with all that they have if they chose to. That doesn't mean we have to stop giving.
I know. But sometimes do you ever question God as to why I have so little and everybody has so much? Like, we can't pay our bills at the end of the month, or we're scraping by, we can't afford insurance, I need tires on my car. And I'm like, okay, where's my money going to come from?
Ooh, I'm there too, girl. But
it's like...
But I still feel rich. I feel...
I do too. I give everything I can. I have donated blankets that I've made to...
But does that stop you from enjoying life? Did that stop you from enjoying the sunset tonight?
No, because it's enjoyable being with you and being and talking about the wonders and the beauty of this world.
So think about this. You live check to check, like me, check to check. And we wouldn't compare it to like a wealthy person or a billionaire, but we enjoyed this beautiful sunset God painted in the sky tonight. And how many billionaires sat in their house in their living room watching TV, wasting the night? They missed this beautiful sunset. They missed all the beauty that God created for them. You and me suck more joy out of life than a billionaire.
That's true.
Who has mansions and yachts and fancy cars. And so...
And I don't really
we're
want
happy.
A car. We are happy, but it would be nice to be able to afford like tires on the car, and to get a better car, and to find a place to live, to put something on the piece of land my dad has now, because I don't have to. But and then I don't have to worry about where am I going to sleep that night.
Well, Strawberry, you're never going to be homeless, girlfriend. You know that.
I know.
You always got a place for me and my brood of unruly hellraisers, my children.
We always sleep in the car. We always said we could sleep in the car.
Oh, girl. Look,
Look at Carly. Look at this. Look at the light that flashes from the lighthouse. That gives
yeah.
the boats the direction to come to where the land is.
It's like Jesus gives me direction because I get lost so much. And confused and in the dark. And Jesus is that beautiful lighthouse. But I think about it though. We get more joy out of life than rich, wealthy, fat cats do a lot of times. And, you know, God can provide that. The things that you need one day, God may just open up the windows of heaven and bless you with them. But the important thing is, if you learn how to be joyful and happy even when you don't have those things, then if you ever do get blessed with them, well, you'll enjoy them even more. There's plenty of rich people who are miserable and they don't laugh like we do.
That's true.
You know we laugh.
Yes, we do.
You and me, we have our share of fun. Are you kidding? We can have fun with a tennis ball and a baseball cap. We can have fun kicking a Coke can across the street. We can have fun spending all day in the mall and buying nothing.
Yes. Because we sing praises. We sing praises. We sing praises to the Lord.
Amen. Yeah.
Sorry, my singing's bad.
No,
I should be here.
you have a nice voice. We do need to get Maya singing sometime. Though. She's got a beautiful soprano. Beautiful, breathy soprano. And you have a nice voice, Strawberry Shortcake. Aww. I love you too, girlfriend. You're my bestie.
Yes. Do you know what I would like to see happen?
What?
And not that they don't do, that I would like to see more people, and Haynes is really good about donating socks, but I would like to see other organizations, and I'm sure they do, but all these organizations getting together and helping those less fortunate at, you know,